Terraces, being the topmost slab, they are exposed to extreme atmospheric conditions. Throughout the day, they are exposed to UV rays. During monsoon, they are exposed to heavy rainfalls. And because of structural movement, there can be crack, which ultimately leads to leakages. Leakages from the top slab can happen because of three reasons. Firstly, if no waterproofing is done on the slab. Secondly, if the right method is not followed while doing the waterproofing. Third, because of general wear and tear in due course of time. There is a general myth among the customers and the contractor that the concrete itself is a waterproofing layer. Concrete is basically a porous material. It requires a waterproofing treatment to make it a watertight structure. Waterproofing to the top slab is to be done in two steps. First step is to add integral waterproofing compound to the slab concrete while doing the slab construction. The second step is to give a waterproofing build-up to the caster slab post 14 days of curing. The first step while building up the waterproofing layer is to identify the visible cracks, open up the cracks, fill up those cracks with polymer modified mortar. The second step is to give the entire slab 2 coats of elastomeric waterproofing chemical. The waterproofing coat need to be flexible as these slabs are subjected to deflections. These waterproofing coats are very thin in the range of 1 to 2 mm. They require a protective screed of 12.5 mm to avoid any puncture to them. Above the protective screed, a layer of brick bed coba is done. Brick bed coba is done basically for two purposes. One is to give insulation from the UV rays, and the second one is to give a required slope to drain the rainwater. The brick bed coba is to be done in slope. Generally the slope is 1:125, basically giving a drop of 8 mm for every 1 meter. Finally, the brick bed coba is given a finishing screed. Finishing screed is basically a mortar admixed with a waterproofing compound. Kindly note, after each layer of waterproofing done, we have to do water ponding test. Water ponding test is basically to fill the entire slab with 1 or 2 inches of water and make it stand for next 72 hours. If you are able to see localized dampness, then you need to identify two signs of distress. The first one is look for cracks on the slab. The second one is to look for debonding of top screed. In order to identify the debonded screed, you need to knock with your fingers. If the sound is hollow, then you can infer that the layer has debonded. The debonded screed patch has to be removed, and the removed patch has to be filled up with polymer modified mortar. To identify the cracks, you need to first of all clean entire slab area. The visible crack are to be opened and the crack need to be filled up with polymer modified mortar. On the repair work done, you need to do water ponding test. Water ponding test, as mentioned earlier, you need to fill the entire slab with 1 or 2 inches of water for 72 hours. Post this water ponding test, look for dampness sign beneath the slab. If the entire slab is leaking, it is strongly suggested that remove the entire top screed of slab and go with waterproofing built-up as explained earlier. Redoing the entire waterproofing on the slab can be very cumbersome. There is an alternate method to this. Alternately, you can treat the slab bottom using PU grout, that is polyurethane grout. To do the PU grouting, first you need to identify the damp patches. Through the damp patches, you have to do the PU grout. Basically, PU grout decreases the porosity and increases the impermeability of the top slab. If you still face the leakage problem, please contact Happho for the right guidance.